Thank you very much, T-Man. And we are going to Game 5. OMG, dig deep. They've demonstrated some growth in their play. 2 games with fairly well executed split push at different times. Not consistently good throughout the entirety of the game.
But entertaining.
It was entertaining,
Yeah,
extremely entertaining. Let's talk about the game because OMG, they got a lead. They held on that lead. And Royal Club didn't get opportunities to come back into that game. Freak, maybe care to chime in on that.
This was really good, and to me, I want to talk about the fact that Cool played really well. We saw the tweet from Peke, but I think it plays out differently, where as long as you don't, it's like the inverse of going to the source of the global, you go away from the Zillion. You teleport away from the Zillion, and you do something else on the other side of the matchup. We saw that repeatedly, getting picks, Zillion's trying to get there, can't get there in time, can't save the teammate. He's anti-pick, but you're picking away from Zillion.
Yeah, I think the biggest story of this game was how ineffective Zillion was. Like I said before, I feel like Zillion's not that great, especially showing at this Worlds just a lot of missed ultis, kind of too early ultis, and TF just splitting everyone up and making those picks happen for OMG. That's the reason why they got that early game lead.
Yeah, just to add on to that, Zillion in the mid lane is currently 4-3 at Worlds this year. Zillion as support is 2-4. Crepper, you actually said you don't think Royal Club is a Zillion team. They haven't shown much proficiency with the champion.
Well, I just think any game where Zillion performs poorly, I don't want to blame the champion rather than just the execution. I mean, we saw this game. You're not getting the value out of Zillion, right? What does Zillion provide? Like the mobility, instant lane push, you can roam, you can revive targets when they're just about to die, but all we saw Korn do is like 75% ultis. There was no synergy. What Zillion allows you to do is play beyond the normal boundaries of a fight. You'll have somebody going absolutely crazy, and the other team will be like, what is he doing? Oh yeah, he's backed up by a Zillion ulti. But we don't see these. We see these like reserve plays and then panic ultis, and it's just not coming together.
Exactly. I love Colo's Dr. Mundo. You saw it work out. Team fight team, they got picked apart by OMG.
So we have 2 replays that I want to pull up. The first one is for you, Kobe. It's especially for you. We prepared this one. It is the play you were looking to see. Let's get that up on your screen. Crepo, talk me through the start of this one because this was a fantastic play. Roll the clip out.
Yeah, so we see Insik in the jungle, and then we see why Cloud is so good. Hook proc, and then he holds the flay, and in his mind he's like, where's he going? Okay, waits for it, flay, and then double pink ward's coming down here. So OMG has the right ID, flash into the gold card. So they're doing everything right here. Cloud has the presence of mind to lantern backwards to get his teammate in. Koa's dropping low, so good execution so far from OMG.
Yeah, OMG, they did try to siege up this tower. Monte Cristo, maybe talk me through the rest of this replay as Royal Club tried to re-engage.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to back out right now as the tidal wave comes in. They dodge most of the calling. Hook right onto 0 right there. Box, just in case, there's the Zillion ult coming up, and he's going to try and flash out of this and get away, but there's going to be a really good TF ult as they turn the corner right here. Just going to lock 0 down.
What I like about Ghost TF, he actually got no range because of that.
Yeah, really, I love Flash Ghost TF as well, and here we go, coming in.
Zillion's just a really great answer to, TF's a really great answer to Zillion, but before I go into that, Loveling with this sweet
here
view,
it is.
the Leaf Syndrome. Oh,
God, the mechanics.
I think right here, Loveling should have gotten the Penta.
Yeah, he deserved it.
Well, Kobe got his moment. Kobe got his moment. Let's get the second replay up onto the screen. Freak, you were quite excited about this mid lane play, so take it away.
Right, so once again, it is the prime example of what Cool did in this matchup of TF versus Zillion. Look at the minimap. That is TF and Zillion, bottom lane. His team engages the 4v4 with their gold lead, so there is no Zillion ult to Dr. Mundo. Roll the clip out. It's very beautiful from OMG. They do everything right here. Standard siege stuff, TF getting the turret down, and then it's just an amazing hook. Cloud's thresh is ridiculous. Even the Lee Sin Q lands, so he can jump in if he wants to. It's actually good. They kind of pull Cola in. But again, they're kind of engaging without their mid laner here. They know TF can come in. So Swordhorn Royal Club are like fighting against the wrong type of team. Again, another amazing hook from Cloud. He maxes that hook first, maxes his Lantern second, allowing him to tank things up more. And because there's no revive, suddenly, oh, you don't have the same way of doing it. And then look, he still shows up before Korn does. By the way, killed the turret while that was happening. And then it's just beautiful.
Very well executed. I want to ask Monte Cristo about something you were discussing along with Freak off air and actually tweeted about it. Item builds this time around to deal with the Mundo.
I want Freak
Both
to take
of you
this
guys
one
are happy.
first, I think.
Yeah, I believe after game 2, I was like, he could really use Infinity Edge second and Berserker's Greaves, and San learned his lesson, I am proud to say. So Good job, young one.
A mole from the audience went back and told them in the ready room. But yeah, that was it was a big change. And I also really liked the earlier Lich Bane in that game. It just gives you so much more pressure on the map, and you don't really need an earlier Deathcap or Void Staff. So.
See, I'm going to need to go borrow some credibility from Freak because I keep pointing out the Mikhails. They're against TF, they're against a Thresh, and we see Frost Queens, Ruby Sidestone.
Yeah.
Where's the Mikhails? I mean, the item does provide a cleanse, guys.
You have to
With
rank
how many
four.
hooks he was landing, Mikhails would have saved so many champions that game.
Yup.
So, double lift. Starhorn Royal Club, you put your faith in them at the beginning of the day.
Ooh.
Their backs are against the wall. What have they done right or wrong over the course of the last 4 games that
They don't
may
seem
be
to
surprised?
understand picks and bans very well. I think it's really strange that they gave up Thresh, which is, I mean, what's his face? Cloud can only really play Janna and Thresh, in my opinion. And it's really strange that they picked Nami into it. I think Nami's an awful matchup into Thresh, not only in lane, but outside of lane. She has no way of stopping somebody from getting hooked. So I think like a Braum or a Morgana is way better. A Mikhails. I think I've heard
Everyone can
Grubbo
buy that
cry about
item.
Mikhails, and not cry about it. You're justified in saying it. These supports need to buy Mikhails so much earlier, but they're not doing it. They're rushing Frost Queen's lame.
Yeah, and I think as well, to add on top, that was amazing, by the way, but to add on top of that, for Starhorn Royal Club, if they just pick a little bit more late game, don't go over-aggressive like they did in Game 1, but pick the late game. OMG has the second longest average game time of the actual playoffs, as well as like the second or first longest game time from the group stage as well. They do not close games well, so Starhorn Royal Club can use that to simply say, it's going to be late game regardless. It's going to be a 40-minute game anyway. Let's pick champions like Fiddle, who are going to like scale into carrying team fights.
All right, well, we are going to be jumping into Game 5 in just a moment or two. So let's jump to a short break, and when we return, it comes down to one make-or-break game between Starhorn Royal Club and OMG, who will head to the final